What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So my first 8 minutes here in Forza Horizon 2 was honestly, dude, I can definitely see why these old Forza games are just so talked about. Even playing the intro of this one, guys, it gets me excited to play through this game because I do know a lot of players said Forza Horizon 2 and 1 were like the best ones, but then people also said 3 and 4 were also the best ones. So it's probably a preference type of thing, but I did end up getting myself stuck into the starting screen of Forza Horizon 2, just checking it out. And my goodness, like the visuals of it, guys, seeing the GTR, the Zonda, seeing like the background and stuff like that, the Viper, the planes and all that, and just the vibe of this game, it really did get me. Plus, you also saw like the Subarus jumping off-road and stuff, which as an off-road person or someone who likes it, I would say that is most likely always a good thing to see. But one thing I was not expecting, though, is when I did end up hitting that start button, guys, I did not think it would end up taking me into this type of cutscene, to where it's basically real people showing like a drifting Mitsubishi afterwards, and then like the vibes of I don't know if that was like a concert of some sort, but you see cars racing and stuff like that, and I was like, wait a minute. This is pretty dope, man. It shows the Lamborghini and like different things of the environments and the rally cars, and I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of locked in the entire 1 minute and 30-ish seconds this was going on, dude. I was like, this is pretty dope. I was not expecting it, and then they were showing the Lamborghini Huracan, which is obviously the cover car. One thing I also did not know, guys, is back then when this game came out, the Huracan was brand new, and it was like the featured vehicle on the game, which is pretty dope. I did not even realize that until I was playing the beginning of it, so I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. It is kind of dope how it gives you like a background of like real cars and different things like that, of partying and stuff like that, which I thought was cool. And then right after that, it brings you into the game itself, which brings you into a really cool looking cutscene showing up on the water. Then you will end up seeing like the beginning of it where cars are coming out of like, I think that's a container or maybe like a ship that's bringing or shipping over the cars. You know what I'm saying? You will then see like the cars line up on like a really pretty area. You'll see like the background of the rocks and the brick road and all that. Really does look amazing, dude. It's crazy how like every single Forza intro, which obviously I'm going through each of the Forza games. So when I started on Forza Horizon 2, going through this intro, man, like every game really does set the tone differently. You know what I mean? Like I do know a lot of people can say that every game is similar or stuff like that, but it's kind of crazy because even though you might see them as similar, they still have like a different tone or like a different feeling, dude. Like Forza Horizon 2 really had me geeking, and I was also kind of failing at driving the Huracan a bit because I wasn't exactly realizing how tight the road was and the turns I would be facing with the Huracan. So I'm like, oh yeah, let me just fly into the corner, and yeah, I flew into a rock, which is something you don't want to do, and I kind of destroyed the car in this entire beginning area, but I think that's part of the entire, game of getting used to driving. But either way, though, when I was playing through Forza Horizon 2, man, I really do think this map is actually gorgeous. Now, again, though, I haven't explored them that much or, looking at a lot of things in them as I have to play through the game more. But, like, first impressions, like, you can kind of tell if you like a map or how the map's vibe is and stuff like that when you first start playing a game. Yeah, I was instantly like, yo, this map is pretty amazing. It's beautiful. I love the coloring of it. I love how it's designed. It kind of blew my mind because, again, you're not looking at a new game. Forza Horizon 2 is obviously a bit older, and a lot of people are like, no, dude, still looks great. All I do know is Playground Games and them definitely know how to make a game look good, even for its age, dude. Forza Horizon 2 was honestly pretty amazing, and I was not expecting it to look this good. Now, I am obviously on the Xbox One. Apparently, there's a 360 version of this game, is what people said. People said that one wasn't as good. Do let me know your thoughts, as I am not familiar with any of that stuff. But when I was driving the Huracan, though, you eventually arrive at the Horizon Auto Show, aka like the festival. And I was like, all right, let me get through the cutscene. Let me check some of this out. Let me see what's going on and all that. And I did notice that this entire like startup was a little bit different than like 3 and 4. Like it was a bit shorter, and I can tell they kind of changed them around or like set the tone in those games a little bit different. And it's kind of cool seeing like the evolution of each intro, which I will be making a video about that, guys. Do stay tuned for it. But once you end up arriving at the auto show thing, you will then have like a cutscene. You can then finally pick your vehicle afterwards. So for me, I did end up picking the Toyota Supra. Shocking, I know. You will end up having the BMW Z4, also the Camaro. And I was like, nah, bro, just give me the Supra. I'm just going to be that guy. Just give me the Supra. You know what I mean? I did end up completing one of the races as well because I felt like it was like something I should do for the intro. Like do one race and feel the game out and see how it is. And I am glad that I did that because you kind of had to do that. You kind of get to drive to each location, see how the game feels, and man, dude, driving the Supra and stuff, seeing like the way the coloring of the map is and stuff like that, I'm like, this is setting the tone for me, bro. I'm hooked. I need to race more. I need to figure out other vehicles and get farther into it. I really do like the way the cars feel in this game. Cockpit view also looks amazing. Which I'm not going to lie, though, is something I wasn't really expecting. Like, I do know so many people talk so highly of Forza Horizon and stuff like that, like the older ones. One of my friends loves Forza Horizon 1 and 2, so I'm like, all right, dude, I will play 2. I will get back to you, let you know how it is and all that, dude. And honestly, like, even from the intro, I was telling him, like, dude, I'm hooked. Like, I love this game already. I did one race in it to, start the game out, and it was just so fun racing through the map, and I can kind of see what people are saying about the 5th game with the map and stuff, as I do feel like every Forza Horizon I've played so far, 4, 3, and then now 2, they all seem to have a different tone, but in a good way of how they are set up on the map and stuff like that, how they design it, and I feel like that's something a lot of players are probably looking for in the games. I will probably end up doing a video of my favorite Forza map as well, guys, after playing every game and getting used to them and actually, not just playing one game and going, nope, this is my favorite one. No, I will probably go through every single game a lot and then eventually pick which map is my favorite. I kind of feel like that's the best way to do it. But honestly, though, Forza Horizon 2 definitely has a different tone and setup to it than the other ones, which is obvious because this game is older, and it will evolutionize from the other Forza Horizon 1 game, or, build upon what that one was. But honestly, guys, Forza Horizon 2 still give me that let's go race type of feeling. I'm interested in the game itself. I can't wait to level, get different cars, and figure things out and actually get better at it. But I gotta admit, though, for a racing game's intro, like when you do first start it, guys, the way the game will end up setting you up after you pick your car, now, obviously, is faster because you have a bigger intro setup in the other Forzas, which is, 3 and 4, and also 5. 2, I feel like kind of threw you in there a bit faster, which honestly is not a bad thing because you probably do want to race anyway, or at least jump in as quickly as possible. Doing the one event in the rain, dude, that was crazy. Like, it looked so dang crisp. Seeing the rain hit the ground and stuff like that, the water coming off the car, I was like, bro, this looks absolutely insane. Then right after that, you'd pretty much have like nice, beautiful sunny skies. You can also see like the wetness of the road and stuff like that. You then approach a tiny town there, and you will also finally find your garage with like the mechanic and stuff like that. I was like, okay, this is pretty dope, man. I can't wait to see where the game actually goes and like how you level up and what you actually get to do, guys. Do let me know some of your favorite things about Forza Horizon 2, and also maybe some tips and things to look for before I do end up starting this game, as obviously I'm going into it completely blind and stuff, as I feel like that's kind of the best way to do it. Also, let me know what you guys think about the Forza Horizon 2 intro, as honestly, it's still amazing, just like 3 and 4 for me so far.